Look at this watch. Stare at the clock carefully. After I break it down, you will watch this video until the end. You must know hypnosis, or you have seen or heard of it before. After hypnosis, people start to talk, hallucinate, or walk, or say irrelevant words. Medical science does not approve of hypnosis. This has been done in the East for thousands of years, until we reach the 18th century. A German scientist named Franz Mesmer hears about hypnosis and is curious about how it works. He goes to find out about this, but he is tempted and says, "Why should I reveal the matter? Instead, I make a lot of money this way." This man prepares a place and announces that we can cure your diseases with an invisible magnetic force. This guy was the first to start making money this way, which was basically a juggling act. It goes without saying that Mesmer was a scientist. People thought he was doing a scientific work and believed him. Many scientists said that he is lying and he is deceiving people, and they always spoke against him. But he rejected all these words and said that they are jealous of me and make my important invention look worthless. In any case, no one could stop him, and he was always ridiculed in the community of scientists. But at that time, there was no public information like it is now, so that everyone would be informed. That's why this matter remains in the same forum, and this man will do this until the end of his life. We reach the middle of the 19th century, when a Scottish surgeon became interested in researching hypnosis. The name was given by the same person, a person named James Bird. He realized that hypnosis can give relaxation to a person, but only to the extent of magical works. James Bird said hypnosis is a form of meditation. Have you ever seen hypnotism? They choose a dimly lit and quiet room, and the person doing this tells the party in a soothing voice to focus on something relaxing. For example, sea waves or a green garden. But what exactly does hypnosis do here? It forces the person to focus on something relaxing. Hypnosis is still being researched because science has not yet been able to understand what effect these movements have on the brain. But they believe that if this practice is used too much or goes on for a long time, it can change the way of thinking, like drinking alcohol. It is really effective. Of course, the effect we say depends on the person who is being hypnotized. If that person wants to and concentrates, he will be really hypnotized and it will affect his psyche. But if he doesn't believe and doesn't focus, nothing will happen. Hypnosis has been experienced by almost everyone when they are engrossed in reading a book, listening to their favorite music, watching a movie, or any other favorite activity, because at this time, their communication with the surrounding environment is reduced, and it may be in these situations. Do not notice the surrounding noise. People who focus strongly on the subject when thinking about a subject have the ability to be hypnotized, and when this person is in a hypnotic state, his mind is ready to accept the therapist's suggestions, and hypnosis is more effective on them. Positive and healing suggestions penetrate into the deep layers of the mind. How is hypnosis done? Imagine the recipient's face and visualize it in your mind. If the image is not clear, don't worry and try again. Talk to the mental image and induce suggestions. The minimum time for this step is 10 minutes. In the final stage, open your eyes and wait for the result. What experiences can you try with hypnosis? Experience 1. With hypnosis, you can talk to your friends through mental images and ask them to call you. Wait a few minutes and check the result. Experience 2. Mentally. Talk to your boss's face and ask him for friendly relations. Experience 3. Talk to family members mentally and ask them to be happy. Experience 4. For a fun experience, tell your friend to think about a color. Then you write the name of the color on a piece of paper. Then ask him to say the name of a color. He will say the name of the same color. What are the benefits of hypnosis for the body? It can be a helpful treatment for quitting smoking, biting nails, playing with hair and pulling it, controlling bulimia nervosa, and losing weight. Hypnosis can treat many mental disorders and mental disorders. Hypnosis is effective for eliminating sadness and worry and creating vitality and happiness. With hypnosis, diseases such as headache, shortness of breath, insomnia, worry and sadness, indigestion disorders, some heart problems, fear, anxiety, confusion, depression, hopelessness, discouragement, most physical diseases, unpleasant habits and behavior and disease. Those that have a nervous and therapeutic origin can be treated. Emotional disorders focus on the time of thinking in the waking state and create conditions similar to the state of hypnosis. Hypnosis strengthens the power of thinking, imagination, and memory, and enables a person to use the maximum capacity of his brain. Depth of hypnosis. The more a person trusts the hypnotist, the more suggestible the depth of hypnosis increases. In the continuation of this part of Namnak, we will say that it is better for the hypnotist to start with simple suggestions to deepen the hypnosis so that the person's trust increases and the hypnosis deepens. At this stage, a person is able to see something that does not exist with open eyes. A hypnotized person is like a person who is engrossed in reading a book or watching a movie, and all his attention is focused on the hypnotist and his suggestions. But when he hears a voice or feels danger, he easily comes out of hypnosis. Who can do hypnosis? Many people think that to do hypnosis, you have to have a mysterious and special power, and only certain people can learn and perform it. But what is the reality? Hypnosis, like other sciences, can be learned, but practicing and using hypnosis correctly and appropriately is an art. Learning a scattered amount of this science and hypnotizing a small number of sensitive people is an easy task, but the correct and appropriate use of this science requires a lot of patience, learning, and skill. Qualified medical professionals should use hypnosis to treat medical problems. The hypnotist must be familiar with medical science. Non-professionals and those who focus more on the dramatic aspect of hypnosis can diagnose a disease and only treat and eliminate the symptoms of the disease regardless of its cause, which can be very dangerous. These people lack medical science. A non-professional hypnotist cannot notice the presence or possibility of these diseases and only relieves the patient's pain if the pain is a warning sign, and removing it causes the disease to progress and not be diagnosed and treated. The use of hypnosis in medicine should only be limited to doctors who are fully skilled in this science and are qualified. A few words, a look, a tone of voice, or a gesture are enough for a doctor to recognize the use of a method for performing hypnosis. Side effects of hypnosis. The biggest fear with hypnotism is that hypnotism will make you do vile and immoral things. But know that hypnosis cannot make you do something that you would not normally do. Your subconscious mind is requested and addressed during hypnosis, and because your morals are embedded in it, you are protected from doing something against your will. Hypnosis can be dangerous when a person has consumed alcohol. Does hypnosis have long-term side effects? The goal of hypnosis is to improve your health in the long term, but it is necessary for people to be hypnotized to share their medical history with the hypnotist so that nothing happens to them. There is a possibility of danger if you have delusional thoughts or use alcohol and drugs. When you come out of the trance, you may feel a little confused, but this state will not last long and will be resolved. The feeling of anxiety after hypnosis is also the reason for the effectiveness of the treatment. Can it be exited at any time? Hypnosis should be done voluntarily and unconsciously. Therefore, the subconscious mind is always under control, and if you feel uncomfortable, you get out of that state. Can you remain under the influence of hypnosis indefinitely? Maybe you think what will happen if the hypnotist suddenly dies during the hypnosis. Don't worry, as mentioned in this section of Namnak, you can get out of the trance on your own, or you will fall asleep for a few minutes and then you will wake up, or you will wake up with a feeling of freshness when you don't notice anyone talking. Hypnosis is like a laser. When a person is hypnotized, he experiences a different state of consciousness and can pay attention to himself with more precision and concentration. So because his attention is completely limited and focused, he can correct his internal problems more accurately and quickly. It can be said that the extraordinary ability of hypnosis is similar to a laser, and we know that a laser is nothing but focused light.